Judge, mayor, turning Democrats arrested in massive mail-in voter fraud is scandal by Nate the Lawyer channel. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let's watch it.
A Frio County judge and
oh my god, I hate when YouTube does that.
6 suspects, including a Frio County judge and 2 Pearsall City Council members, are facing charges of vote harvesting and tampering with evidence.
KSAT Investigates has been breaking new developments on this story for months now. Among that group, a former candidate for Texas House, 2 former mayors, a Frio County commissioner. This comes 2 months after we first told you about 6 others being arrested in this case. As of now, the total number of people charged is 15.
So we have a major scandal of voter fraud and a stolen election. 15 people, including judges, former mayors, city councilors, are all indicted, and you've probably heard nothing about it because they're all Democrats.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't heard any of that up until now. Yeah, but it served to show that even in US, it seems that when it's the leftish, oh my god, or the leftish people, we are not informed by media. It's just, it's the same thing here. When they don't, with the, oh my god, what's happened with me today? When they do like terrible stuff here, like corruption and all of these stupid things, the media doesn't say even a period about that, you know? It's really weird. All the information we gather is online on the internet, and that's why they want to censor so much. Yeah, that explains a lot. But yeah, I can't tell. I'm supposedly not, I supposedly were not supposed to talk about this. What's happened with my brain today? Oh my god. Let's keep watching.
Here's a quick message from the sponsor of this video, ZocDoc. You ever do anything where something's off? Your eye's swollen, your neck got a weird pain, or you have a cold that just won't quit. And instead of calling a doctor, you scroll TikTok and YouTube like that's gonna fix it. Or maybe you're just too busy. You think it'll heal on its own. Or you're like, I don't know which doctor to go to. Trust me, I've made every excuse in the book too. But now I use ZocDoc, and it makes things a lot easier. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and instantly book appointments. We're talking about over 100,000 doctors from across every specialty, from mental health.
So it's like Dr. Aurelia. We have an app called, I think it's the only one, at least I don't know other here, that works that way, but we have a website called Dr. Aurelia, and there is also an app that does exactly the same that is described here, but the app is all green.
Health, dental, primary care, urgent care, you name it, they got it. And with ZocDoc, you can filter by insurance, see who's nearby, and check real reviews from verified patients. Now, simply just pick your time slot and boom, appointments usually happen between 24 and 72 hours, sometimes even the same day. Now, full disclosure, I personally use ZocDoc, and the doctor that I go to now, I found on ZocDoc. Stop putting off those doctor's appointments. Go to ZocDoc.com/Nate the Lawyer. The link is in the pinned comment or in the description of this video. Now, back to the story. This is Frio County, Texas. The county has a population of about 18,000.
If you guys don't know, Frio means cold in my language. It's for like Frio count. Like
people, with 77% of those people identifying as Hispanic. Now, this is a swing county in Texas. For instance, the last 2 presidential elections, they voted overwhelmingly for President Trump, and in 2016, they voted for Hillary Clinton. So now let's fast forward to 2022, where there was an election for what's known as county judge. That's the person who's going to run the county. Now, the Democratic primary had a runoff election, and that election was between Mary Moore and Rochelle Camacho. Now, during this election, Camacho and her team started putting out rumors about Mary Moore. See, Mary Moore happens to be black, and Frio County 77% Hispanic. So Team Camacho went to work saying, hey, this black woman shouldn't represent our Hispanic population, because one of the things that they were
oh, yeah, because race means everything, right? Oh my god, here you go again. Why does race has to mean You see the problem of politics, and this is something that we have here as well. Like, it's people, the people vote in who they identify themselves with, and not because what they present, like not because of their plan of government, not because of what they think, but just because, like, like for example, I can't say this. I will have problems. Now, how I explain in a way that I will not complicate myself here. I will give a parallel example that it's not related to any politician here, okay? It's not related to any politician here in power, okay? Let's suppose you have a person that loves to drink a booze, like beer, like and stuff like that, alcohol, strong alcohol. That is a politician. So everyone that feels like that is a highly addicted to alcohol because they identify themselves with that politician because they drink alcohol as well, they will vote on them. They will vote on him because they drink alcohol as well. It's simple as that. It's not because they're gonna do. It's not because what they think. It's not how smart they are. It's just by representation. It's literally represent. That's terrible. And some people will hear me say that this says, but the congressman or congresswoman, whatever, shouldn't be the representations of the people itself. But you see, this is a problem. The masses are stupid, and that's why the world is crumbling down, because the majority is stupid. We cannot take like representation seriously. We have to choose people because of what they present as a solution to our country, to our cities, to our states, and not because, like, it doesn't make any sense at all. It doesn't. Like, but it's what's happened. What happened to my country. And this is why my country sucks a lot. And it's what's happening in U.S. Like, for example, you shouldn't vote on her because she's black. We are all Hispanic, so you should vote on me because I'm Hispanic as well. This is so fucking stupid, man. This sounds so fucking stupid.
Saying that Mary Moore was going to do was get rid of all of the taco trucks.
Miss Mary Moore, are you gonna get rid of all the taco signs here in Pearsall?
Why would I do that? First of all, we in a community that is majority Hispanic. Culturally, everybody loves tacos. So you've been here for years. I'm coming to enhance the community. I'm not coming to take any jobs away. I am not coming to shut down and get rid of all the PD department. I'm here to make this community better. So the answer is no. What you've heard are lies, and people make up those lies because they have to do something to make me look bad. And so far, it's not working.
So Mary Moore and Rochelle Camacho went into the election night with all this controversy, and Camacho came out on top. She won the election. Now, after all was said and done, Moore had only lost by 72 votes.
Yeah, of course.
But something was fishy, to say the least. See, a closer look at the vote tally shows that Moore only lost by 72 absentee votes. These are voters that don't show up at election day, but send their votes in through the mail. Now, Moore was suspicious, so she started her own investigation. Now, quote, according to the affidavit, Moore went to the Pine Hills Estate Second, a nursing home. Now, the reason why she went there is because a lot of these votes came out of this nursing home. And got video of Camacho, Rodriguez, Ramirez, Castillo, and a woman who has not been charged walking out of a resident's home. The records state Moore saw Camacho walk up to Rodriguez and another woman's car with what appeared to be carrier envelopes. Those are the envelopes necessary for absentee ballots. Now, Mary Moore and her team
don't tell me, because they never done that. Like,
was actually
for example, when Biden won.
So, what's vote harvesting?
What is vote harvesting?
Vote harvesting is the idea that what will happen is that you'll collect completed absentee ballots from voters and you deliver them to polling places or election offices in time for the election.
Is that legal to do in Texas?
It is, and with some exceptions.
Now, what?
I don't even live there, but I don't believe, even not living there, living in a foreign country, like very far away, I don't believe Biden won that election, okay? It's my right, it's my opinion. It's my opinion to I think I'm free to state my opinion. I mean, at least they want us to believe on that, so that's what I'm doing here, okay, YouTube? It's my opinion, YouTube. It's my opinion. Please don't censor me more than you already censor, okay? Fine. I think we're fine. Yeah. I don't think Biden won that election. Simple as that. It's
one exception that's huge in Texas is that you're not allowed to pay people to vote harvest. Now, if you do that, then you're breaking the law. It's actually a third-degree felony in the state of Texas. Now, this brings us to a woman named Cheryl Denise Castillo. Now, Castillo was not charged because she died in October of 2024. Now, Castillo is very important to the story because Castillo told Frio County election workers how certain candidates would pay her through Cash App, not her own Cash App, but a relative's Cash App. And they were paying her to fill out mail-in ballots, pick them up, and then drive them to election polling places and drop them off. Now, if this was true, this obviously violated the law. Now, this also was confirmed by several residents of the nursing home who said Castillo picked up their mail-in ballots and in some instances advised them how they should vote and who they should vote for.
Warrants allege several of the suspects, who were candidates at the time, paid a woman thousands of dollars to do just that. Public records show that woman died in the fall.
When people will understand that's not about right against left, it's right against wrong. The right always play inside the square of the lines of the justice, of the laws, never stepping out of it. And the wrongs, you know, they just do whatever they want, whatever they must do to in order to win. And nothing happens with them when they play without the rules, without the law, like outside of the laws. Nothing happens with that. Nothing. It's amazing. It's amazing how the world works. It's like that everywhere, and even US, it's not an exception. This is so much sad. We should somehow, I don't know, end this. But I don't know. I really don't believe we can do nothing about it.
Fall. Court records also show voters told investigators the woman picked up their ballots and in some instances told them how they should vote.
How hard is it to prove that vote harvesting is happening?
It's kind of a he said, she said.
Now, because this was such a tight election, it was clear that this vote harvesting could have actually swayed the election. So, because of the magnitude of what had happened, police made some arrests.
In the last hour, KSAT Investigates has learned that 9 people have been indicted in connection to a massive state-led vote harvesting investigation. These are the 7 suspects who turned themselves in today.
Now, in total, there were 15 arrests, and those arrests were the who's who of politicians in this area, from former mayors to a sitting judge. It is insane.
Oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me judges. Of course, judges. Yeah. Of course. Oh my God. I also tell a lot in this channel about making good laws to punish evil judges. We need to have more laws, and I think not the US is safe with that. We have to have more and more laws about judges, specifically about judges, to make them play safe inside the square of the law and not making out of it, you know, and to be harshly punished when they do so. But hey, Mizuki, if you start doing laws to punish judges, judges will start fearing to actually judge people. No, they will not. It's just you do the right thing and do the correct laws. And who is gonna judge the judges who do that? I don't know. They need to create a system by that. I don't know if it's judged by people itself, by representation, representatives of each neighbor. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do, or if they will use the representatives of people, the congressmen, to judge the judges, you know, if they did something right or wrong. But then we will start having some problem. For example, they will try to, for example, if you give the power for congressmen to decide this stuff, and they be able to put or not some judges on jail for judgments, we would probably have the misuse of it because they are fucking politicians, you know. So every time we have the majority like Democrats, they would just, because they always play outside of the law, because they don't care, they would just put a lot of judges, a lot of even good judges outside under arrest for things that they don't actually done, but just because they are evil and they have the power to do so because the Congress can decide if they will arrest a judge or not. You see, it's not simple. But I believe that we have to have some laws, more laws, and to limit judges of playing outside the rules, to actually like condemning people for things that they should be condemned, and to not feel that much powerful like they have been feeling nowadays. That's what I believe. Now I don't know what exactly they are supposed to do with that, because that's not my job to know. I'm not smart enough for that. I don't work with that. So yeah, that's for the people who work with that. But something has to be done about it. And I believe the way is like, for example, fixing bad judges it's creating specific laws just for judges, That's what I believe.
6 people facing felony charges in a voting investigation that's led by the Attorney General's office. Among those suspects, Frio County's judge, council members, and a school board member.
Now, when it was all said and done, there were 15 people arrested and indicted for this vote harvesting scam. But since they're all Hispanic, they claimed racism.
That's why we're calling this a persecution, not a prosecution.
We are witnessing here today is what we feel is a calculated campaign of intimidation.
A challenge to felony charges.
This is not law enforcement. This is voter suppression in the guise of protecting our voting integrity.
The League of United Latin American Citizens, or LULAC, is throwing their support behind several Frio County elected officials facing charges of vote harvesting.
I think there are better things and maybe better ways to use their resources than to be picking on people in a very small town that I believe are just doing their civic duty and trying to get people to vote, trying to get the vote out.
In today's climate, an accusation is almost like a conviction. And that's the sad part. The harm has been done, the damage has been done, careers and lives have been destroyed. That is the trust that is being eroded.
Now, if we just look at this,
it's not all a conviction. Sometimes it's death sentence. I had a lot of people in my country, for example. It happens very often. Like when a girl falsely accused, for example, I've seen that happens a lot of times. A girl falsely accused a man of sexually harassing her or raping her. Oh my God, I'll have to censor this. And then the guy is before even the guy being judged, even before the police deciding to preventively arrest him or something like that, the guy is already killed by people on his neighbor, that just believed in what she said, even before he going on jail, or even when they are not healed, like they lost jobs and stuff like that. It's very, very sad and terrible. And I've seen that happens all the time. Here it's happens every single day, all the time.
This case cold. The state has a pretty good case. They got phone records, witness statements, video, and they actually have records of payments. So it seems like people were being paid to vote harvest, take ballots from point A to the polling place while they were getting paid for it. Now, there's an interesting piece to this story, is that the law, the felony that they're being charged with, is questionable at best. In September 2024, U.S. District Judge Xavier Rodriguez ruled that SB 1 vote harvesting ban was unconstitutional. The judge ruled that it was vague and overbroad, and there was First Amendment problems, and stopped Texas from enforcing the law. Now, it went up on appeal, and the Fifth Circuit stayed the injunction, so the law remains enforceable while the appeal continues. So at the bottom line, even if some of the conduct that is being alleged by the government clearly violated this law, if that law is found unconstitutional, then these defendants don't have anything to worry about. And these defendants are saying, you should stay our case, or you should hold off on our case until the appeals court decides whether this law is good or not. So now this case has so many different twists and turns. On one end, you have a law that may be too overbroad and may violate free speech principles. But then on the other hand, what these people were doing allegedly was pretty scummy, right? They're going to a nursing home, handing out ballots, telling people allegedly how to fill those ballots out, and then transporting those ballots to polling places. And for those of you who don't watch all my videos, we had a very similar case that occurred in New York where a Republican was found to have been doing something very similar to this.
6 people are charged tonight with falsely applying for absentee ballots, then stuffing the ballot boxes with them. Prosecutors say all were on the volunteer campaign staff of Yu Ching James Pai, who went on to win last year's Republican primary in the 20th New York City Council District. As alleged in this case, said DA Melinda Katz, the defendants went to the Board of Elections and filed fraudulent absentee ballot applications on behalf of 23 voters they had never met.
Now, the huge difference in this case is that the campaign officials essentially stole the ballots and filled them out themselves. But the part that I think is important to understand is that both of these cases deal with mail-in ballots, absentee ballots. And we hear how they are secure, but obviously all of these cases of voter fraud or vote harvesting have to deal with the integrity of mail-in ballots. So now let me know how you feel about this story in the comment section, because to be honest with you, it seems like mail-in ballots have a lot of issues that can get someone elected, because in both of these cases, in the case in New York and in the case in Texas, those were really, really tight races, and these mail-in ballots obviously made a difference. As always, tell me where I'm in the comment section. Tell me, hey Nate, I think mail-in voting is great. I love it. I think it's the securest thing in the world. I'll disagree with you, but we can have a conversation.
Before we go any further, I want to take this brief moment here to thank all of you, my patrons, that support my work here on YouTube, and especially my 3-tailed fox style members, Heath Rowell, Wallen Wolf, Fenny Sylvy, and Zalost, for the incredible support to my work. Thank you very, very much. You guys are amazing. Also, thanks to all of you who supported me through Ko-Fi or Tron. Thank you very, very much. You can support this channel life and growth with just $5 a month and gain access to many perks. This is less than a burrito. Check out my Patreon. Link is in the description below. Oh my god, yeah. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed and it was somewhat informative. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, check links below, Patreon, Discord, Skillfull Friends, and I will see you all guys in the next one.